So we've been playing this game called Inside.
right?
It's a pretty short game, so we've been playing it both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And for what I've heard, you have a different opinion than I. I really like the game.
Okay.
Like, I like it like the first, let's say, 2 hours. I
Mhm.
liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Then a little bit started to get bored a little bit.
Okay.
And at just right that time, it changed more interesting. So I really
Interesting.
like it more even than,
Interesting.
let's say the game is about 3 hours.
Yeah. So it's about 3 hours, and I think the most important thing to know about the game is that it's a very short experience, but
Mhm.
it's usually listed among the top 10 best short games
Okay.
that you can find. I mean, that's how I found it. I
Mhm.
wanted something like really able to play in a day or over a weekend, and so this seemed really intriguing, and so we both played it.
Mhm.
I had almost the exact opposite experience as
Okay.
you, that the first 2 hours, I played for 2
Uh-huh.
hours one night and then stopped and was absolutely fascinated, loved it, convinced
Mhm.
my wife to try playing it, she enjoyed it. Then I came back later and did the final hour
Mhm.
and it actually flipped my opinion of it.
Okay.
And it's going to be very difficult to explain why without spoiling the ending,
Mhm.
but I think I can do it. So
Okay. Try it.
why? First, I want to know, why did you start losing interest after 2 hours, and like what got you back in at that point?
Well, I guess because I played the first one, which was called Limbo.
Mhm.
I thought it would be like same length of the play, about 2 hours.
Mhm.
So when I was getting to the 2 hours, I thought it should end anytime, and it's kind of same from now. Like there was a lot like moments that would say, "Wow, it was done like this way."
Mhm.
I've never seen it anywhere else
Right.
in the game, but then it would be the same like same wow things, but like for a little bit took more time to get the logical things done.
Right. So it started feeling like it was stalling. a
Yeah, it
little
was
bit.
like
Yeah.
stalling a little bit for
Okay.
getting more gameplay
Okay.
time.
And then what changed that at one point for the last hour?
Well,
Without
there's
giving too much away.
Okay, there's one point that changed like the gameplay totally,
Mm.
and I really like that, and I found it funny. It seems like you take it more seriously, but I take it like it's a game,
Right.
and I really didn't give it much thought as like if
Okay.
there's something else behind the game.
Right.
I thought like
I
it's a
think,
boy. We don't know if it's a boy or anything else,
or if it's an android,
or if it's an android, we don't
alien,
know,
or-
like-
it's true.
or why everybody is chasing him, or if it's just like coincidence that he's there.
But this is it, and I think for me, I started the game with a completely different interest in it because
Mhm.
I don't like side scrollers.
Okay.
I don't like platformers. I'm not a big fan of adventure puzzle games.
Mhm.
I don't. I'm sensitive to graphics. I want the graphics to be as good as possible. So I don't
Mhm.
go for many retro games. So everything told me that this would probably not really grab my interest. But
Mhm.
from the very first moment, it really pulled me in. And I love that there's like no introduction screen.
I
It's
like
just
that
like
too. Yeah.
like you start the game and go.
Yeah.
You are being chased. You have to get out of the forest. You don't know why. You don't know what's happening.
You
but
just get thrown into the water and
Yeah.
try to swim.
this
Yeah.
was amazing. And I mean, even for me, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but often when I'm playing video games,
Uh-huh.
I play while watching a movie or YouTube or
Yeah.
something at the same time.
I couldn't
Um,
do that.
I mean, I'm giving more attention to one thing or the other,
Uh-huh.
but it's just a way for me to relax.
Okay.
But this game, from the very first second, I thought, no, we're gonna turn off the TV show. This deserves my full attention because the story is so immersive and the atmosphere is so immersive. But that's the key. What pulled me in, despite the fact that it's not my type of game, is that I had so many questions and I wanted answers.
Mm-hmm.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but without giving it away,
Mm-hmm.
you don't get answers to
don't
most of
get
those questions. Or
answers.
let's say you don't get any answers.
Well, you get some like more development
It gets-
of the story.
The
but-
questions get deeper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
But this also annoys me with books that pull me in with a question of like a mysterious atmosphere or character, and books also I'm pulled towards the conclusion to know the answer, and this did not deliver. It got more and more mysterious, and then it just ended.
It usually the creators do it like an open ending, so if the game is really like the hit, so they can do a sequel. But I already played like so many games, so I know that some games just end like with no explanation at all, and that's how it's like done on purpose. I think this is the case.
Yeah, and I feel like I understand the creative choice, but it's a little bit of a shame because there's a lot of things going on with the atmosphere of the game that they could talk about, that could say something about society or the future or a post-apocalyptic world or genetic engineering or all of these things that I was very intrigued by, and it doesn't deliver on that. So I would say the ending really turned me against the game, and where you found it to get funny,
more interesting and funny.
I found it to get gross.
Okay. Well, maybe let's talk about the feeling about the actual gameplay, because we play as a boy.
Sure.
And for me, I like sympathize with the boy, and I want to run from them.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I feel like they want to catch me, so they are the bad guys. I'm the good guy, definitely. So when the things turn as they turn, I can give a payback to them. I will gladly.
True.
Was it different for you?
No, it's true. I felt that also, but also I kind of felt like I had become the monster that I was running from.
Okay, but if you get the power,
Yeah.
you should use it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you always run.
It was very satisfying to be able to turn the tables.
Okay, we can agree on that.
Yeah. There, I don't know if you.
So why would you not recommend it to other ones? Because for me, I would recommend it to others because I play so many games, and this one game there are so many moments that are like new for me. So this is really something like new concept.
It's true, and I think it means more coming from you who have played more of this type of game to say that it's unique, and it's true. I can really fully recommend the world building and the experience that you have being pulled into this world. It's very immersive and it's very intriguing. I think, again, going back to what I said about how it ended, this is not generally my type of game, and the only thing that really fascinated me about it was that I wanted to see where it was going with the story and the world that it had created. And so the fact that that kind of fell flat then left me with a side-scroller puzzle game. Even though you're right, like those questions and the atmosphere that you go through still seems very unique and is worth playing. I would say it's worth playing, but I would say there is missed potential, and still, even after a couple of years of it coming out, it's still usually priced at about €20 or $20 for 3 hours. I wouldn't say it's worth that.
Okay. So
what do you think? Is it worth €20?
Probably half the price.
Okay,
It's worth it.
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
it's longer than the first one, the Limbo. And I would even say like there are, let's say, 2/3 of the game and three-thirds of the game. And the 2/3 are like normal, and the 1/3 is like crazy. And I wouldn't mind if the first one was just normal and the 2 ones were crazy.
Okay.
Because I like the crazy part.
So you wanted more crazy.
Yeah. So I would definitely, say that everybody should play it. Like everybody who likes adventure games. And
Definitely. The puzzles are very clever.
Yeah. Maybe if
I
you
agree.
are too like if you don't like horrors, because this could be like
That was
kind of a horror.
The other thing I wanted to say, I don't like
If you
horror
are too
games.
scared to play games
Yes.
like that, don't play it.
I don't play horror games, and there are moments when this gets pretty
Yeah, we could say like
pretty intense.
pretty
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. It comes to the line of horror.
Yeah.
But many of those things that I usually don't like, it makes the side scroller very enjoyable. The puzzles were very logical but challenging. The horror element was more intriguing than frightening.
Gameplay, the control is pretty good.
Yeah, I think
Very smooth.
I think I'm talking myself into being more positive than I plan to be. I think that it could have been much better, and I wish they had ended it better. But it's worth playing.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's too. We say it's like a logical adventure with the logical elements, but I think like it's normal adventure. There's not too much logical elements. Like you have to always solve something, but the solving problems are never too difficult. I would say. So it's more of an adventure.
I never
Because
felt
in adventure-
completely stuck. It's true. So now you know what each of us liked and disliked about Inside from Playdead Studios. Tell us which of us you agree with more. Have you played it? Are you going to play Inside? Tell us in the comments what your experience was like.
And we'll see you with another game.
See you next time.